just got onto the A66 now. We've left Hull at 1 o'clock after picking Leah up, and we're just heading to the Tan Hill Inn. We wanted to do it on our bucket list for a while now, so we thought while it's going to be quite quiet in the season, we're going to head there now. We're about half an hour away, something like that. There's a bit of a windy road up, about 14 miles up to get to it. I didn't realise it was that far back actually. We'll do a video together of the drive up, what the road's like and as we approach and where we're going to park, because we're not quite sure of the parking situation around there, so how big it is and what areas to park, so you'll see that coming up soon.
To spot it, we're only 4 minutes away.
I've squint on.
Oh, you squint on.
I couldn't see it, but we've got 1.6 miles. But considering it's the only building within about 5 miles, I'm surprised we can't see it. But no, I think it's just over like that area. I don't really know, but I think it might be. Oh, fuck off.
Somebody just stalled.
Somebody stalled. I'm embarrassed though because there's people watching as well. Never mind, these things happen. I'm done then. Just doing it. Hello from Tan Hill. Go see what the pub's got to offer.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Sort of stack.
Cheers.
Nice that.
It is 20 to 8.
That took some time to check, didn't it?
Well, my watch face takes a while to come on. So yeah, we've got a while for the act to start. And somebody's 6 or 7 pints in. Is it 6 or 7? Is a lot. Is it? Well, it's tiddly.
It might be 7, who cares?
East side and jump is north down, north is south. Now you dare to look me in the eye. Rock it down. I went for the wall on a winter's day. On a winter's day. On the same night I did sit down wall.
The aftermath of our night in Tan Hill. We both just woke up, well initially at 8 o'clock, slept again 9 o'clock now, just having a coffee, some paracetamol and Lucozade. Went a bit overboard last night, but it was good. There was a live band, there was good atmosphere. Got in the pub about 4 o'clock I think, so I can see my breath. Yeah, so we just got spectacularly drunk pretty much. The Black Sheep was going down well, Leah was having some wine. Live music here was good, really good acoustic guitarist. But yeah, I don't really remember going to bed or anything. All I know is I'm in the car park of the pub, Ice Pub in Britain.
What culinary masterpiece is it?
Chicken tikka wrap. I don't look on here for wrapping, how to wrap, because that's not very well. And it's dry, surprisingly. It's a dry wrap.
Have you got a kitchen tin foil?
Yes, I believe I've got some. There's some I prepared earlier.
Might have been an idea to have that rolled out before you did the wrap, wouldn't it?
I'll roll you out in a minute.
Try it, you gonk.
Right, oh.
That'll do you for the day, won't it?
Okay. Good morning. Just leaving the van now and the well famous Tan Hill Inn, as you can see behind us. We're just walking down this little road now to a place called Keld. It's part of like a village you pass around the Pennine. We're functioning a bit better than we were this morning. We woke up pretty hungover, I must admit. So yeah, we're just a bit rough, so we're just sort of freshened up now on some paracetamol and the coffee, and we just started what is the beginning of our 10-mile walk. The first bit of path we've got is like veering off this road now, and it's like a bridle, like a public right of way, so I imagine the path might be quite difficult to follow. If this to the left of me is anything to go by, I imagine it could be quite boggy as well, so we'll see what that's got in store for us. But yeah, we're hopefully this hangover will shift with a bit of walking.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Good night though, it was worth it.
Ah yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's always regretted the morning after, but I'd rather regret it and have done it than not do it at all.
Yeah.
Well, if we're in any doubt of which way we're going, there's a signpost just ahead of us. The trail already looks a bit mucky and boggy, but we're heading down actually through Ravenseat farm, which is on, if you do watch the TV programme, Our Yorkshire Farm with Amanda and Clive Owen and all the children and stuff. So yeah, it's quite a good programme, so we're going to go there. I believe there's like a little shop, a little store there. So yeah, this is the footpath, as you can see, to Ravenseat farm. And oh, this is the footpath.
There's grouse on the moors.
There's grouse on the moors, which means I'm going to jump because they're scared the bejesus out of me when they jump out. So yeah, but we're going to try and navigate this bog here.
Coming out, I'm putting on headphones.
Talking through my video again.
What?
Talking through my video again.
What? I don't not talk.
No, she never not talks. She's always talking.
I'll just chat box.
Oh, if she goes, I just nearly fell over, so that's that'll serve me right. That's karma, isn't it? Definitely.
Unlucky ducky.
A little bridge here, just across this like sort of boggy bit near ahead there. It's not too bad at the moment really. There is the odd boggy patch, but it's nothing as bad as we thought it may be. But I think it's been quite dry around here recently, so hopefully we've got the best chance we have about getting sucked into our waist.
The abyss.
The abyss. Sort of. And there's these little bridges being put in place to cross. Excuse me. We're about a mile into the walk now. We've got another apparently 2 miles to go until we actually hit Ravenseat farm. And then you go through the farm for another mile or so. Then you hit Keld, where there's a few waterfalls which we're going to visit, and then we head back up the hills, back to the Tan Hill Inn where the van is, and then we're going to decide on what we're going to do tomorrow and where we're going to stay this evening.
Yeah, because Castle Bolton's.
Yeah, Castle Bolton's closed until the 28th of March. I think we was going to do that as it's kind of on the way home, and it's somewhere we've not been before, but unfortunately it's not open, which seems a bit strange because there's still plenty of people around the Dales and stuff this time in the Richmond area.
We walked by it, didn't we, when we did days, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
It was nice and it had like wind in it and stuff, so it was still like popping cats, and they've got a bird of prey display, which will be interesting with Danny because he's petrified of birds.
Not petrified, they just make a beeline for me.
Like the vulture laughing.
Yeah, well, nobody else in Britain I imagine has been smashed in the back of the head by a hooded vulture, but I have.
Funny. I'll have to get that video out actually.
Yeah, we did do some videos at the Lake District Wildlife Park, didn't we? So we may be able to put a video together for that. We just stumbled across this little waterfall on the trail. I think there's a few of these now on the way back because we're kind of following the beck on the way down. You can see the trail we're on now is pretty much been nicely pitched and things like that, so it's making it a lot better underfoot than it would be, but it's been a nice trail so far, to be honest. I imagine it'd be quite grim in bad weather and after like in winds and snow and things, because it's not really a marked out footpath really, so you'd have to probably be good with a map and compass, proficient with those, rather than just relying on GPS. We tend to do that a lot at the moment just because we're lazy and it's convenient, but obviously we do have a map and compass with us anyway, just as a backup. We can both, between us, we can manage and find our way if need be. We'll find our way anyway somewhere, however. If not, I'll just have to die out.
We'll always find our way to a pub.
yeah, true. Find our way to a pub.
I'm like a sniffer dog.
Or a farm. I'd rather not die in conditions like this, but I know people do, so it is quite an important part of hiking, really. Did you nearly stumble?
My eye's leaking. It's not conducive to seeing a hangover and a leaky eye.
Looks like you nearly walked into the camera then, didn't you? Outtake. Don't know what that is. Maybe some satanic ritual place where they used to slaughter the lambs, or maybe it's just somewhere to contain your sheep. Who knows? As you can probably tell by my breathlessness, we've started the ascent up sort of this side of the like waterfall back. My God, I'm so unfit. It's been a long while since I've sort of done this really. We've done a lot of little local walks and stuff, but nothing with any height. And oh, it's killing me. Just following the trail now along towards Ravenseat farm. I think we've got about a mile to go. It's been quite flat this bit actually. There's a bit of up and down earlier which I caught on footy when you could probably barely hear me from my breathlessness. But yeah, we're just sort of, say a mile from there, we may get a coffee when we're there if the little tea room's open. Just sort of coming into the field area now, and there's a lot of sheep around. I said earlier it's lambing season. They are over there somewhere, I don't know if you can make them out. But yeah, with it being lambing season, there's quite a bit of farming activity going on, people on quad bikes and things like that. So yeah, when we get down to actual Ravenseat farm, there may well be a few lambs knocking about, so that'd be nice to see for this time of year. I don't know if you can hear this, or should I say not hear it, but it's just like absolute silence, barring Leah again.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, it's just sort of absolute silence, not a breath of wind or anything. Apart from Leah again talking. But yeah, if you can understand, I'm trying to prove how quiet it is, but somebody keeps chatting through the video, so yeah, it is quiet, it's absolutely silent. Found the bogs. So, probably hear the squashiness, but oh, there's a bit of suction. But yeah, we've definitely found the squashiness.
I'm grasshopping. Ah, I'm a grasshopper. Ooh, bog. Oh, I got cocky.
She got cocky and she almost fell over in the bog. It would have been hilarious if she fell face first, wouldn't it, really? Hello.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I stopped off. You're too busy with the dog. That is a lot of Sunday dinners right there. That is a lot of Sunday dinners right there.
Oh, I got that.
It's still out in the open moorland. It's very, very remote out here, like very sort of barren. As you can see, it's just the same thing all around me, and then obviously Leah pops up. But yeah, it's unbelievably remote, to be honest. I mean, this farm it's about a 3-mile walk from Tanner Inn, and there is a road there and stuff, but it's just so, there's nothing. It's like a lot of nothingness. It is obviously good farmland, but there's nothing here really. I mean, we're coming down ahead of us now. There's a few outbuildings and things like that. I actually believe the main farm is kind of directly in front of us, and then the trail goes off. I'll flip you around. I'll try and flip you around anyway. So yeah, I don't know how much of this you can make out where the signpost is. Obviously there's a lot of buildings just directly behind that. You're talking in my video again.
I never know when you're videoing, so I never know when to be shush. And I don't be shush all that much.
No, not at all. Whoa, like an actual trampoline. Look at that, that's some sponginess right there.
That's weird.
That is crazy.
I would absolutely piddle myself if you sank all the way in that.
But yeah, it's spongy. Oh. Just came out.
Oh, pog.
The black sheep ale.
Mm.
Oh, the bloody state of that. Oh. It's just a bog fest. I got you. Getting close now to the farm. This little track is a bit slippery and chained up. It's obviously a vehicle access track, but it is slippy. Legs have gone from underneath me a couple of times. Luckily I managed to keep my balance. I think we'll go through this gate on the left hand side and sort of skate past the house. The chimney's going, you can see the chimney having a little smoke. So yeah, I think it's just more so to avoid us sort of going directly past the house to be honest. I thought you could, but I can understand why it's a bit of privacy for the family and stuff. Now they're sort of on telly a bit more, people will be wanting to take videos and pictures and stuff. Yeah, so that's actually Ravenseat farm. We're heading in that direction past these buildings and sort of skating around the river. Little Jack Russell there, I don't know if you can make it out, but running along the wall. There, little loud chap.
I don't think he likes that black dog.
You can see behind me, Leo and Ravenseat farm. We've just come through, not seen anybody. Didn't look like a lot of activity going on to be honest, but it's a big area. We're just heading like that direction now in front of us. There's a lot of like buildings, outhouses, things like that just alongside the river now we're following. So like I'll show you what we can see now. Yeah, so there you've got like little buildings here, there and everywhere. Farmyard, there's the river there which we're going to follow for a couple of miles now, which leads us to Keld. I'm assuming obviously that'll take us to where the waterfalls are. There's public toilets and I believe there's a little shop in Keld as well, so we may stop for a drink or something like that. And this is essentially the play area, the backyard. You've got the farm there, obviously Leo there in shot. This is basically your very own little swimming pool, your own river to play in. I imagine it's hard for the kids and stuff, but I bet it's lovely to have this. I mean, you can't imagine this is your back garden. Yeah, they went a cropper on there. You can probably see like a little bit of a skid mark there. That was absolutely like bloody ice. It wasn't ice, it was moss, but I almost lost my leggings, lost my footing then. Luckily I didn't quite video that, so it won't make the outtakes. We're leaving Ravenseat farm behind now, heading on the path alongside the river, heading towards Keld. Gonna see what there is there. I might get some food there. I've got some pack up with me, but if there's like a little local shop that does pork pies or sausage rolls or something like that, I'll get one of them. I always like to treat myself to something to keep, just to at least give something back to these villages. And I am a massive fan of pork pies. I know they're not good for me, but I've had some cracking ones. I've got to go to Skipton pork pie shop again because last time I went it shuts at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, so I was looking forward to it all day, but unfortunately it was closed. But yeah, I'll generally do something like that, whether it be using the local pubs, the local shops, like independent shops rather than like the co-ops and places like that, just to give some money back for the economy, because these little places struggle to keep without like the visitors and stuff like that, so it's always nice to give a few quid back. There's these pitch paths now really, what we're walking on. There's a few gaps in them, but pretty much, yes, I really am walking that fast as well. It's amazing, it's like it's in speedy mode, isn't it? Fast forward. But yeah, we're just sort of heading through this gate now. What's this? Boundary gate, please close. Okay, that is the rules of the countryside. Can't open the gate for a start, so that'd be helpful, won't it? This is all making good footage. Worrying about, there we go, I finally opened the gate. And then you see, please close the gate. So we've got video evidence. There we go. And I shall try and put that rope back over. Success. So it's some form of bird.
Why are you taking video of this?
Because it's nature.
Yeah, but
It's the realities of nature, innit? Well, he ain't gonna know he's on camera, is he? I'm making that. Elvis got famous since he died, and Tupac and Biggie. They was famous, but I think being dead's made him even more famous. So that's, there you go. Why can't he have his moment of fame? Why can't that bird have his moment of fame?
Because we don't know his name.
It looked like a bird anyway. Well, name him.
Frederick.
Frederick Bird. Frederick Flyer. There you go. R.I.P. Frederick. This is pretty much what a holiday with Leah consists of.
What?
The camera in the hand.
Snappity snap.
I mean, how many videos, pictures she took today, I dread to think. I'd probably just go for the puddle. You've got waterproof shoes, haven't you? Plus you can see how deep it is for me.
It's quite deep, isn't it? Oh.
No, it's really not.
Well, it looks deep.
It barely went above the sole of your shoe.
That bit was.
That bit was a bit deeper, I'll give you that one.
A full foot's gone under.
Your full foot's gone under?
Well,
Let's have a look at evidence. There's a little bit of wetness there. She almost kicked the camera out of my hand. There's just sheep everywhere. There's a little curious one. But yeah, just in case you aren't sure, there's sheep everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. Yeah, some are a lot tamer than others. Like this one here doesn't seem to be particularly fussed by me. I mean, I'd rather walk through the sheep than cows any day of the week. I'm a bit wary of cows, to be honest. They're a bit big to fight back, aren't they? If a sheep has a go, I think I could take my fancy my chance. I reckon I could knock a sheep out. I don't know if I could knock a cow out. But hopefully it'll never come to that. At least it tenderised my Sunday dinner.
that wasn't successful, was it?
Just passing this little place now called Keld Bunk Barn. It's just directly off the coast to coast footpath. I think they're called Swaledale Yates. I might get a bit of the information actually of this. And then it's on Swaledale Yates, as you can see. The Yates, 1, 2, 3, 6 of them with fire pits and things like that, little farm there. So that's handy if you're doing the coast to coast, which one day we're hoping to do. Just having the time to get there and do that. Yeah, it's all got different blue, red, green, orange and another green. And I believe each toilet there has got its own, each yet has got its own toilet there. They're in colour organisation as well. So that's a good idea for this. You've got your own personal toilet. Just come across this really weird looking sheep. He's not like, it's massive.
Don't listen to them.
Hey, sheepy. Sheepy. He's too busy nuzzling his grass. But yeah, there's a difference. The thing, he's got like a massive head. Look at the size of him. I bet he's a prime one for mating. You can see his undercarriage. We're just coming into the village of Keld. It's really small place by the looks of it. I don't know if there's any shops or anything here, but it's one of the main places you pass through on the coast to coast. There's a sign just coming up for Keld. We head up that way, and then there's a little pub on the corner, and we peel off in that direction to start picking the trail up back to Tan Hill. But just so it'll probably be backwards. But there is the Keld sign, so I'll spin it so you can read it properly. So yeah, we're just entering Keld now. So I think it's a very small village, to be honest. Might not get my pork pie after all. Just if you are ever in Keld, we've just found this little sign here for Ruskins Park Lodge campsite with a car park just down the little road there. So that might be handy. We'll have to find out if it takes vans or not. There's your little cafe. We're walking up just towards the hotel / pub before we veer off into Keld itself. There is some public toilets somewhere here, so I'm going to make use of them if I can find them, because I need a pee. Black sheep, that's what got me in trouble last night. It's funny though, I feel like I could have another pant.
What?
I do, genuinely. Yeah, the hangover's gone now. Just come to the Keld Lodge sign. It's exactly halfway on the coast to coast, so if you are doing that, this is only what, another 100 and so miles to go. So good luck. It's something we do want to try, but we definitely have to build our fitness right up. A little red telephone box. There's another accommodation here. Bed, breakfast and evening meal for the... So it's actually quite catered quite well for the coast to coasters by all accounts. Bed, breakfast, and you stay just across the road there is the Keld Lodge Hotel. It's closed at the moment until March the 10th for its winter break. It's currently March the 4th, I believe. Well, we're just leaving the little town of Keld now. We've just had like something to eat and a bit of a refreshment. There were some public toilets there which were handy. 20 pence a pop. I only had 50p though, but it didn't give change, so 50p to do what you need to do. Not so bad. I got my money's worth, let's put it that way.
Oh, at least you ain't gone in advance.
No, just had some food and stuff like that, so now we've got on the walk back to Tan Hill. Probably another 4 miles, I'd imagine. 4.5 miles. Slightly uphill, maybe a bit quicker now because we can pick a lot of it up on the road.
Now it's a bit later.
Yeah, no, I'm. Yeah, but Leah's words not long. Yeah, but basically there's some truth to it. Just heading down this strange little path now. Looks like it's like some sort of old train track. We're just going to go, there's a waterfall in the distance called Cattrake Foss. I believe it's Cattrake Foss. I'm a bit unsteady on my feet, so what I might do is I might pause it here until we get a bit better. But now we're off the horrible steps. We're actually coming down to the waterfall, as you can probably hear as well, and we can see it's a place called Cattrake Falls. I think we can just go through now and get a view of it. Here's there, just squeezing through the fence. But yeah, it's like on a little trail here. And then just in front of us now is Cattrake Falls. There's a little bridge over there. Talking through my videos again. Oh, here's another video up there. That's the way we're heading anyway. I think she's going to try and get a bit closer to this one as well. Could be my you've been framed money. David Bellamy right there. Just come across now and found another waterfall, actually a bit better than the one below. I'll spin you around now so you can sort of see it. Don't know the name of it or anything, but we'll put that in. There you go, look, beautiful. We've just joined the Pennine Way now. This will take us all the way back to Tan Hill Inn. It's about 3.5 miles I think left. But yeah, this is sort of, as we saw last night, we saw the path directly opposite the pub, which was where we're going to come out now at the end of this walk. So if you're on the Pennine Way, at least you know there's a nice pan and a nice warm fire at the Tan Hill waiting for you. I've just realised the only problem with starting a walk from the highest pub in Britain is that on the way to Keld it was all downhill, which means now after 6 miles the remaining 4 miles or whatever it is back to Tan Hill is all uphill. So yeah, got that to look forward for the next hour or two. So it just dawned on me, never mind. Continuing now along the Pennine Trail, we're about 4 hours into our walk now, about 8 miles I believe. It's not too bad, there's patches behind us what we've just come through which are quite boggy, but in front of us now is like a decent path. It's easy enough to follow, but I can imagine they're quite grim in bad weather. We're both just saying like it's notoriously bad and boggy this path, and certain areas, I think it's 9 rig standard or something like that, is notoriously bad, like all peat bogs.
People will see that now, today.
No, I think it's a bit further away from where we are. We're just going through this gate. I'll let Leah close the gate behind us. Yeah, following the countryside code. But yeah, certain areas of the Pennine Way are notoriously boggy. So I think we'd probably escape without tempting fate, which I'm going to. We'd probably attempt, put my tongue back in. Without tempting fate, we've probably missed the worst of it now. So hopefully it'll stay as it is. Do you want an hand? No. No? Right. Leap of faith. Sorted. It's got boggy again. I know I was just tempting fate in the last video saying it's not that boggy, but it started to become boggy again. So yep, more fool me. Never mind. On we go. It's getting worse. I mean, I think I can get over that quite easy with a jump. Oh shit! Yeah, I almost fell, but yeah, that's things you do for a bit of content. I'd have been face first in the mud as well. I think I'd have had a load of sympathy for Leah. You see, it's becoming a bit of a problem. But then as you see a bit further up now, it starts improving a little bit after this puddle. So you can go around this one, and then it's not getting so bad. This bit's alright. We're just sort of heading back now towards Tan Hill. Not got a great deal of time longer, but believe it or not, it has been trying to snow for you. Not a lot, but there's definitely been some snow coming down in the last few minutes. It's only fine, like little droplets, but it's definitely snow. But the temperature does feel like it's dropped a little bit since earlier. It's only 25 past 2 now, but you can definitely sort of on the fingers feel a bit more cold, and it feels like it's dropped a little more. So we may get a little bit overnight, who knows, because there is some snow forecast. I think Monday anyway. It's Saturday now, but I think the temperatures continue to drop, and we have a bit of a cold snap. Well, we've just come across the most secure piece of fencing I think I've ever seen. They obviously take security very seriously up near Tan Hill and in the thing. I mean, I'll flip you around, prepare to be shocked by these safety measures. Yes, there it is. Following on from our previous conversation, I think me and Leah have decided that we're probably going to stay tonight at Tan Hill again. Our van's already parked up, ready to go. It's about 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock now, so we've done like 11-12 miles of walking. We're almost at the pub. Gonna go in, have a couple of beers, get an early night in the van and have some tea, watch some YouTube and some videos and stuff we've got saved on Netflix. Just go for a couple of beers potentially.
I was going to say, this is going to be famous last words. We always do it. I was like, oh, we're just going for a couple. Last night it was only going to be, we got in at 4 in the afternoon, didn't we? So I think we're like, oh, I don't even know what's on.
I don't know, about 10, half 10 I think. There was a lot of act on, so I watched a bit of him and then probably stayed out for 1 or 2 extra. But tonight, I think it said, there's like a 50% chance of snow overnight. So we thought, while we're up here, we won't get snowed in, but there is a little bit of snow forecast, so if we can wake up to a bit of a dust in the morning, that'd be lovely, and then we'll travel on to wherever we decide to go tonight, to tomorrow. We've got winter tyres or all-terrain, all-season tyres on the van. We've never actually used them in anything, so a bit of snow might be a good test. So we'll find out, we'll let you know with that though, tomorrow, if we don't pile the van up.
Oh,
I think we'll be okay. Won't jinx it.
Well, at least if it does, it's fault now.
Yeah, so that's the plan then. We're going to go to the pub.
Yeah.
Would have thought we'd have said that after this morning. Leah keeps trying to force me to have wine. I don't really need wine, I don't particularly want wine, but if we get chilled out later on, we've got some cheese and stuff like that and crackers, so I might do like a little cheese platter with some grapes. I might have a glass, but probably not. I'm not really feeling it at the moment. I might even be able to pick a beer up in the pub and take it back to the van. Who knows? We're just coming now back to Tan Hill Inn. You can see there's a few vans to the front and the right of the pub. Our van's to the right near the yellow snow plough.
Cheers.
If he's not from Sheffield, he can do it.
Where are you from? He's one of
It's 4.8 degrees in the van, and it's only 5:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I've just whipped back to the van to change my trousers, and I think I might suggest to Danny that we'll stay in the pub a bit longer. That is chilly. Are you chilled? Yeah? Alright, Wally. Keep him warm. I said when I went to the van earlier it was 4.8 degrees. That's going to be chilly.
Absolutely fine. Plenty of clothes.
Yeah.
Jobs are good.
A couple of little beer blankets first. Yes.
Run out of
now, and back to the van. Obviously, my breath out.
Yeah.
It's cold, isn't it?
It is.
Come on.
Thank you.
It's cold.
We're on 3 degrees.
It's even worse, we can hear the bloke's van next door with a heater on. Diesel in there.
He's got a heater. And we've got 3 degrees.
Fan.
Ugh.
What are you doing, Lee?
I'm cooking.
You're not cooking.
This is cooking.
It's not cooking, you're slicing cheese. There's no heat involved, that is not cooking.
Yeah, but look how neat.
It is, but it's still not cooking.
It's cooking.
Cooking involves heat.
There's no heat in this van. It's 5.5 degrees.
You're preparing a feast, but you're not cooking. Nothing has been warmed up.
It's pretty.
It's pretty, but it's still not cooking. I mean, it looks great figure. We've got grapes, wine, cheese, and everything else, but I'm not having it.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, but it's not cooking.
It's going to be the best meal you've ever had. It's going to be the only meal you've ever had from me, but
This is true.
this is a proper tea prepared by me. Ah, it's nice. Wine time.
Morning. We've just finished our second night at Channel Inn pub, Britain's highest. There was snow forecast overnight potentially, but it hasn't come. So we've just got up, had a cup of coffee, and we're going to set the drive off home now. About 2.5 hours to get home, so on the way back to Hull. It's been a good weekend, enjoyable. Channel's a lot better than I thought it was. I wasn't sure what to expect coming, but it's definitely a lot better. We spotted the barn last night, which is like a massive area you can have for weddings and functions, live music. It was awesome, great little pub, so I definitely will be coming again at some point. Maybe not during the summer, because I can imagine it'll get absolutely rammed, but yeah, it's definitely one on the bucket list, and if you haven't been, I would recommend coming. So yeah, cheerio for now.
A few more vans in there. That's the wrong way, isn't it? It's a good job somebody's good with directions, bloody hell, man. I was going to say we came in that way, didn't we? You plank. Bye bye, Tam Hill. Thanks for the hangovers.
Hello, you're welcome to come anytime by the council.
I didn't even see the top bit. Somebody's been playing games, haven't they?
Hijinks.